Do you want to go from victim to victor? Are you tired of living in your pain body? Well, I'm going to show you just how, and I'm going to do that right now. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Sandra Wyllie, and mind matters. Mind over matter. In this mental health channel, I talk about my own struggles, having borderline personality. I talk about narcissism and schizophrenia. I talk about my unethical psychologists who have had sexual relationships with me, and I've taken to licensing boards and gotten lawyers. I talk about a plethora of other spiritual, inspirational, helpful videos to uplift you. And I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I'm not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in turn of you is your kindness and respect, please, in the comments. Now, Eckhart Tolle, or Eckhart Tolle. Some people pronounce it different ways. He's German. And he talks about the pain body. What is the pain body? It's a place that we identify with. It's who we become, actually. All the pain of our past, everything that people have done to us in the past, and all the worry about the future, what's going to happen, who's going to do what to us in the future, becomes our identity. It becomes who we are. So really, we're creating a false sense of self. We become our pain. This is where we get stuck. We get stuck becoming our pain, and that's how we become the victim. Because we identify so much with what has happened to us. Let me tell you, I do it too, okay? I'm not trying to come on here as a hypocrite. I identify with everything that's happened to me, and that's why I've written all these books and I've done plenty of videos on that. But what I'm trying to learn now is that I am not what happened to me, okay? And you, all my friends out there, you are not what happened to you. So we got to let go of why. I mean, at night when I have insomnia, I'm laying down there in the bed, and it's very hard for me to let go of why did my son come down with meningitis and become an invalid and hasn't lived at home since he was 4 years old? Why did my husband lose his job and now we have no money? Why did both my parents die back to back when I was only 38 and I'm an only child? Why? You fill in the blank, because you could say, why did this happen to me? Why did that person do this to me? Why did that person break my heart? Why did my mother mistreat me? Why did my mother have me when she didn't want to have a child? And she even told me that. Why did she have a child when she mistreated me and abused me? My narcissistic mother? You got to let go of that. You got to let go of the why, all right? You could be saying that till the cows come home. Let go of the why. It's okay to recognize the feeling you're in at the moment, as long as you don't let that feeling consume you or become you. I'm not trying to say get rid of your feelings, because that's impossible. Allow yourself to recognize that you're angry in the moment, or that you're sad, or that you're stressed out in the moment. I'm not trying to tell you to not acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge how you feel in the moment, but also tell yourself that's not who you are. You are not your worries. You are not your depression. You are not your stress. You are not your anxiety. You are not all the bad things that happen to you. And most importantly, you are not your thoughts, all right? When you allow these external things to become part of you, that's when you fall prey into them. So they become you. So how do we break free from the pain body? The pain body, how do we dissolve the pain body? What does Eckhart Tolle say about the pain body? How we have to identify first. Identify what we're feeling. But say that we are more than the feeling we're feeling. And we do that by staying in the present moment. Most people see the present moment as an obstacle. I know I do this too, right? Why do they see the present moment as an obstacle? Because they're thinking of all the things that they got to do. As soon as you get up in the morning, it's like, what do I got to do? I got to, have the coffee. I got to take a shower. I got to, make my bed. I got to go to work. I got to, what do I got to do today? Do I have to go, drive myself to the doctor's? Do I have to, and I'm guilty of this too, that we never have a present moment. Because we only see it as an obstacle. So in order to be in the here and the now, we have to focus on the present. Now, how do we do that? Well, I do that by breaking out of my routine. Like yesterday, I went to the farm, and this baby lamb was just born. It still had its umbilical cord attached to it, and it's trying to learn how to milk. It was so cute. It was learning how to nurse. And some of the farmers were there trying to teach it how to nurse because it had just been born. It was, you could see the placenta and everything out of the mother. I didn't do a video of that, but the mother was very bloody. She'd just given birth. The cord was still attached. And I just focused on how beautiful life is and how beautiful the birthing of a new life, animal, human. And I didn't worry about anything going on, like my son's trial coming up. My son was brutally beaten. My invalid son, my handicapped son, one of the staff members at the place he was staying at brutally beat him, and the trial is Monday, the 24th. I didn't concentrate on that. I didn't concentrate on the past, like the whys. Why did this happen to my son? My son wasn't doing anything wrong. Why did he beat my son? He didn't beat anyone else. I didn't think about the past, and I didn't think about the trial, the future. I just sat there in awe of how beautiful life really is when you're in the present moment. And so I got outside of, the whys. I got outside of the past and the worry about the present. And I focused what was happening to me right then and there. And you don't have to go to the farm to do that. All you have to do is get out of, snap yourself out of whatever mood, whatever is taking over you, the pain body, whether that's depression, whether that's anxiety. And there's different ways to do that. Another thing for me to do that is to get outside and take a walk in nature. And you don't need to go to a farm or anything special or an exotic place to do that. You can just take a walk and observe everything around you. Breathe in the air. Like, especially when it rains. A lot of times when it rains, it smells like the ocean. Do you ever... when you go outside and it's been raining, if you take a deep breath, and I don't live anywhere near the ocean, by the way, so it's not because I live near the ocean. The rain often, when I breathe it in and smell it, fresh rain, it does smell like, to me, like the sea. That's just how it is to me. But like breathe in, smell what you smell. Maybe someone has a fire in their chimney and you can smell the smokiness from that if it's in the winter. And you take a walk in the winter, a lot of times I'll smell the smokiness from someone's fire, and I love that smell of a fresh burning fire. Or maybe it's, the nuttiness of the acorns. A lot of times when I take a walk in the fall, I'm picturing this in my mind. That's why I'm closing my eyes. I can breathe in, and it smells so nutty. It's like overcoming the acorns, the nuttiness. There's squash, cars run over the acorns, and you can really, or this is every season now, or if it's in the summer, someone a neighbor just mowed their lawn, so the smell of the fresh mowed lawn, oh, it's exhilarating. This is what it means to be truly in the present moment. This is how, if you allow yourself to do that, then your pain, the pain body won't consume you, and you won't just identify with your pain. So getting outside in every season is just phenomenal. It really is. It really helps me because I'm losing my voice again. It helps me tremendously. So, but maybe you can't get outside for whatever reason. Then you could take a warm, hot bath and feel, the water over you, how exhilarating it is. I love to take long, hot baths. Whatever it is, feel it and be it in the moment. And recognize that you do have the feelings, okay? Don't try to run away from them. Recognize you do have the stresses, the depression, whatever you're feeling, the sadness, the sorrow. But say to yourself, I am not my pain. I am not what happened to me. And you do that by being in the present moment, by taking yourself and doing something that will awaken your senses. Be more aware of your senses. Be alert to what is happening right now. Instead of being lost in your thoughts, be alert to where you are right at the moment. And sometimes it's hard to do that if you have insomnia and you're up at night. I'll give you a trick, what works for me, how to calm those thoughts. And I have a bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub is very soothing ointment. Get yourself a little bottle of it like this, Vicks Vapor Rub. If you have insomnia, I take that and I breathe it in. I rub some on my chest and I rub some under my nose. You're not supposed to put it in your nostrils. And I breathe that in and I go to my safe place. Remember I talked about that in another video about going to your safe place. That could be a beach. That could be in the woods. Anywhere where you feel really calm. That could be on the farm. And go to that safe space and breathing that in. It just is very calming. That mint, that eucalyptus oils and everything. It works for me. I breathe that in. And it calms me down, and I eventually fall back asleep. So I hope that gave you some creative ways. I hope you can try them out and see if they work for you, and know that you're not all the bad things that happen to you, and that you know, if that's all you identify with, then you're going to be stuck in that place. So we're on this journey together. Me and you are on this journey. I'm trying to not just identify with all these things that happen to me, all these things that I've written about. All right? I'm more than what all these books. By the way, the links to all these books are down below in the description for your purchase on Amazon. If you'd like to support my channel, you can always buy me a cup of coffee, and the link to that is down below too. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome aboard, all aboard. Please hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. That way you'll be notified each and every single time a new video of mine comes out. It's 100% free, so what do you got to lose? Stick around, take a chance, give it a thumbs up. I love to hear from you. Please feel free to tell me where you are in your life's journey. You can do so in the comments, and I always answer every comment back. If you feel that you want to be more intimate with me and don't want to share things with everyone else, you can always email me. I always enjoy emails. And my email address is leeann, LEEANN 827 @hotmail.com. And that email address is down below too in the descriptions. So please, I want to hear from you either in the comments or in an email, and I will always respond back to you. So look up Eckhart Tolle's, look him up, Google him, watch some of his videos. Yeah, I highly recommend it. He has a book. Buy his books. And let's stay focused on the here and now. Until next time, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.